Hey, everyone. Good evening. I'm Mark Franken from Marked in Time. And on my last video, I came out of a bag of broken watches. Was this Lucerne? I don't know. It's kind of too small to be a pocket watch. I don't know, too big to be a watch. So I guess the way the clasp is on the top, it looks like it was a pendant of some kind. Well, a lot of people kind of showed interest on what the inside would look like. So I thought, you know what, for something different, instead of me just opening this up on my own time, I figured what I'll do is I'll bring everything into my shop and we'll take a look at it together. So it's quite a simple case removal on the back here. As you can tell, there's a line back here. So I'm going to try to keep this in frame. I don't usually do things like this on camera, but let's just see what we can do to pop this off. It's coming off quite easily. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the movement is actually on the case back. And apparently it is. So there's the inside of the front of the case, right? So there's the front of it. The crystal does need to be cleaned up. This is in really good shape considering how old it is. I'm going to try to get the idea of what the movement is, and then from there I can see how old it is by researching the movement. Now I'm carefully going to try to first see that I just want to make sure that there's no screws or anything holding the dial in place, or not in place, but the second part of it. Nope, it just comes right off. So now the back of the case is off. So that's the inside of the case. As you can see there, basic watch Swiss, basis watch Swiss, base metal. I think that's aluminum. That is a really lightweight metal. Almost feels like plastic, but it's not plastic. But there you go. So that's the dial. Really nice shape. It looks like there's a little bit of debris there, but I believe that can be cleaned up. Doesn't look like corrosion or anything. Try to zoom in on that. I don't think that's corrosion. Kind of lost my focus here a little bit. But we'll try and that's the back of it. Oh, there we go. Got my focus back in. So that's the back of the movement. You can see that there's one jewel right on the, get something to point out here. So this here's the balance complete, and you can see that there's one jewel here, but I think that's it as far as jewels go. Just trying to get some focus here. Adjusted. Yeah, it says right on it, one jewel. This is metal. I have a feeling the case number is, I'm just going to move this out of the way. I have a feeling that's why it's trying to not focus properly. Basis watch. I don't see any numbers or markings on it. So the winding operation works pretty good. It is tightening up, so I can tell just by that, the way that it's tightening up, that it is winding the actual spring. Sometimes the spring breaks in the spring barrel. If the spring is broken, the winder is really let's see if I can get a bit of a, yeah. So I think this is just really needs to be oiled. The hairspring looks like it's functioning just beautifully. Like the way the hairspring, you can see the way it expands and contracts as it springs in. That looks pretty good. And I can also tell just by looking at it, the pallet fork is operating, so the pallet fork isn't damaged. From at least this really rudimentary first look at this movement. I think all this, honestly, I think this needs is just a bit of a cleaning and a little bit of oil, and I think she's good to go. We'd like to take a look at the barrel, though. What? I'm kind of interested as to why it's not. There's obviously a little bit of wind in it. It wants to be a good working watch. So anyway, so just like I said, first showing of the way it looks as soon as I take it out of the case. It looks pretty clean, very scratched up, though, like a scuff, but it's pretty old. On the next video on Treasures Found in a Bag of Broken Watches, episode 18, I'll have some more information as to the type of movement it is and the year. I do recognize this movement. Like I said in my video, I've taken a lot of Lucernes apart, and I do get sometimes these pendant type watches. So the movement isn't a complete shock to me, but it really, although be it, it's a very clean movement. But yeah, so there you go. And there's the face of it there. I'm really curious if I can get this. There's a bit of a scuff mark there. I'm really curious if I can get that off. Other than that, the type font, though, is really nice. Like the actual printing onto the dial looks in immaculate condition, as far as there's no fading or scratching or anything like that. Really impressed with this so far. Anyways, so there you go. I thought you would be, for some of the people that asked if they could see the inside, I think, I thought that was a good idea. And here's just another view of the workings of the watch on the inside here. Again, I don't do this that often, so this is kind of new to me trying to figure this out. But yeah, so that's it. It looks like a pretty clean watch, though. I have to admit, like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of debris in it. I'm pretty impressed. By the way, if anyone ever wants to get into watch repair, or you plan on opening up watches as a hobby, always wear gloves. Believe it or not, your fingerprints, the oil from your fingers, your fingerprints touch this, and you put a watch away and you do an assembly without wearing gloves, that will actually stain right into the metal, your fingerprints. I see that a lot, and it looks atrocious, and it's not good to bring any kind of foreign oils or materials inside a watch movement. But anyways, there you are. Hope you enjoyed this little 8 minutes of interest, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.